I didn't even tell Conan about the baby until my water broke during chemistry class.
Could have just said you pissed yourself.
I took an Uber to the hospital.
This guy just rolls up in his Uber and then afterwards he gets his fare, he gets his tip, he goes to his back seat and he's like, "Is that placenta? Why is there placenta in my car?" Oh, hello there! Did you just see some crazy person walking out of my door? Well, that isn't the strangest thing you're about to see today.
I am beginning to lose my mind.
Real or fake? Life was a lot simpler when I was but a wee baby boy. I would go outside and play in the park, or maybe even take up a show at my local adult establishment. Nowadays, kiddos are watching things like this, and I can't handle it anymore because I don't know which ones are real and which ones are fake. Apparently, all these stories are real. And I think they're totally real. If you also think they're real, smash that like button. The more likes on this video, the more likely I am to actually give a crap about my son. I can't put that in. The more likes on this video, the better the video does, and the better I look to my parents. You don't want my mum being disappointed in me, do ya? I eat donuts every day. Okay, you're probably gonna have diabetes and obesity, but it's real. I am an octomom at 16. Sounds a little bit like a Japanese adult cartoon where tentacles are involved. That's how you become an octomom. Cross breeding. No, that can't be real.
I got pregnant in elementary school.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
What age are you in elementary school?
Age 4 to 11. 4 to 11. At 11, I didn't even know what my jimmies were for, let alone being able to. Well, looks like we're gonna have to watch this video, doesn't it?
My big boy brain needs the knowledge.
But before we continue with the madness, if this video right here can get 8,000 beautiful likes tonight, I will do something special for you.
Daddy cosplay.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! This can't be an actual thing. This cannot be a thing. I can't wear that. Oh, but it does come in different colors. Do you know what? A deal's a deal. If you want to support me on the channel and you want to support reacting to more of these crazy true stories, then smash that like button. 8,000, and I will wear one of these 3 costumes: black, red, or blue. Let me know down in the comment section below. Just write any of those 3 words, black, red, or blue. Probably the colors I'm gonna be when my dad sees me in it and beats me. Yep, I've totally lost it. Especially if I have to wear this. So you better not hit 8,000 likes. Oh, now we gotta watch this. To be honest, I'm secretly excited to see what happens here.
Hi, my name is Kayla.
And you're a fat liar. Okay, I shouldn't have called her fat because she's quite clearly not fat, but she's a liar. She's a big fat liar. She's not in elementary school unless she's been kept back 40 years. This is an old hag, an old maid.
And I got pregnant when I was still in elementary school.
How?
I grew up in this really
You grew up in a screwed up town that allows thoughts.
small island. We had few
An island?
neighbors, and children didn't get to go to public school.
They didn't get to go to public school, so they went to thought school, love-making school.
Study, I would have to travel many miles every day, and my parents couldn't afford it.
No, walk.
My mom and dad wanted a better future.
That dad is looking sharp, though. I like him. I like his eyebrows. He's got eyebrows like me. The bigger the eyebrows, the more powerful the man, so I'm basically Thanos. Yes, this is G Fuel. Use code DADDY for 30% off.
My mom and dad wanted a better future for me.
Oh, that's
and
good.
They began saving up every penny they earned.
Their wallpaper's
It was
whack.
a hard time because we had little to eat, and my parents worked almost all day long.
Yeah, to provide
I
for
had
you,
to help
you're
out a
pregnant.
lot around the house, even if I was really young. I can't thank my parents enough for everything they did for me.
And I'm sure they're really thankful that you wasted your future.
And I know I disappointed them by getting pregnant
Yup.
when I was so young.
Yup.
I hope I can make it up to them and repay them for all their effort and love.
Sell the baby.
When I was 9 years old, they managed to save up and
You look exactly this. How old are you now? Like 10?
Let's hope the dad isn't the father. Although this island isn't Alabama after all.
When I was 9 years old, they managed to save up enough money to move to America. I knew a
Oh, she moved to America. Maybe it is Alabama.
little English, but it was hard starting from scratch. I had a lot to learn, and I had never gone to school at all before arriving to the USA. Everything was new to me. Growing up
Everything was new to me, so yeah, just jump in bed with the first guy you see. Yep, sure, that's about right.
in such a small island, I wasn't used to the busy streets or being surrounded by lots of people. I wasn't used to the fast-paced
Hey,
life.
is that kid strangling a dog? You leave that dog alone, boy!
It was all so foreign and odd to me. What was worse, I was older than my classmates when my mom and dad finally
Hold on a second, so she's older than her classmates, she is 9 and 8, she still gets pregnant, she still gets up the duff, she still has a Hillary Duff.
Stranger danger.
managed to get me enrolled in a public school. I was really eager to learn though, so I studied hard and paid attention to my teachers.
Plenty after
I
school
did
activities.
my homework every evening and practiced speaking and writing in English. Dad worked 2 jobs, and that
Aw,
allowed
good
Mom to
work.
take care of me when I wasn't at school.
Oh,
that
God
was
of the
also
year.
a big change because they usually didn't have enough time to be around me often. I was really happy about this. I was a kid and really needed my mom to be by my side.
She looks like
She
you.
helped me with my homework.
You look like twins. I know that's like almost like a flirtation technique. You're like, Mrs. Jones, is that your twin? Is your mom home? You know that. I'm not good at flirting. You know when you say the mom and you go to the mom and you're like, hey, is your mom in? Oh, you are the mom. Damn, you look young, girl. Wanna cuddle on the couch?
I could be the man your daddy never was.
Prey on their daddy issues. It's a good technique.
And motivated me to be responsible. I became a great student, and my teachers considered allowing me to skip a grade. Since I didn't have any previous education, they decided against it, even if it meant I was older than my classmates, and I showed promise.
So she was held back.
Perhaps, they told me, I would be able to skip a grade or 2 when I reached high school. 6th grade arrived, and everything was going well. My parents had both managed to get far better jobs. Dad was able to be home every night, and we were living in a nice apartment in a better neighborhood.
Oh,
My
that's
life
good.
was a lot better than it had ever been at the island.
So how did you mess
I
it
had
up?
friends, I was studying, we lived
Do they show she's different by giving her big thick lines for everything?
in a nice place. Mom and Dad could actually spend time with me, and we even had enough money to afford nicer clothes and furniture. We were not rich or anything of the sort.
This girl's just humble brag, and she's like, actually, I've got a lot of stuff, so I can afford having a child at the age of 9 3/4, because at that age she would still measure the 3/4.
But it was more than enough for us. That was when I met this really nice guy named Brad.
Oh, Brad's a bad. I'm sorry if there's any Brads out there, but you're nasty. You're nasty. Look at you. He's nasty. He's wearing a polo shirt when he's 5.
Fell in love with him immediately.
You don't know what
My
love is
parents
at
allowed
9.
us to date because it seemed like it was so innocent.
You're like
After
9.
all, we were both still so young.
What age?
We spent a lot of time together.
Right.
It was so much fun, and
How old is she? Is she not like 9? Okay, a couple of years past, say 11 maximum, right? And she's doing...
Jiminy Christmas.
I had my first kiss at 30.
I've not even held hands with a girl.
Nasty people. Holding hands is nasty.
I loved kissing him.
Bet
We
you
were
did.
foolish and really young.
Yeah.
One night, while my mom was working overtime, we stayed home alone.
Right.
We began having 2
Oh, you played hide the sausage. Such a rookie error. You don't hide the sausage, you just don't play with it. You put the sausage back in the fridge. That salami's off. You don't want to eat that.
Please don't eat the salami.
Stop talking about salami.
We began having too much fun, and one thing led to another. At first, I didn't notice anything was different. A few weeks passed by,
He was rubbish. My life wasn't changed at all. He was terrible.
and I began getting sick in the mornings.
Oh no.
Mom got concerned.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't work that quickly, but then again, I'm not a Scientologist. She's got her feet out. That's why her mum's actually disgusted. She's like, oh, I smell cheese.
But since I felt better after a while, she brushed it off as the flu. I didn't want her to be concerned,
That's
so
because she wouldn't think it was anything to do with you getting a big belly baby. She wouldn't think that because you're like 5.
I pretended I didn't feel queasy most mornings. I kept going to school and studying as normal, but things kept getting weird. My stomach began swelling up, and
Oh,
by
no.
then I knew that something was wrong.
You had constipation, just like a mathematician would. Work it out with a pencil.
I talked to Brad first, and we
And Brad's like, I am potent. My swimmers are of Olympic standards, so you're probably with child, so you better take a test.
figured out I was pregnant.
Oh no.
I completely freaked out and didn't want to tell my parents anything about it,
Yeah, of
but
course.
there wasn't anything else I could do. That night, I blurted the news out in the middle of dinner.
Oh, no, over a pizza? Pizza's a happy times. You can't just be picking up a slice of the za and goes, lovely pizza. I'm up the pregnant.
You're up the what? Give me the boy's name. No more Netflix and chilling for you.
I was too upset to try and calmly explain it to them.
Did they have spaghetti on their pizza? That's what it looks like. No wonder she's a rogue child. Who puts spaghetti on pizza? That's too many carbs. She had to burn them off one way or another, didn't she? So she got a little bit physical.
I was too upset to try and calmly explain it to them. My parents were incredibly mad. They scolded me for hours and couldn't believe I could have gotten pregnant since
But hey, at least with the pregnancy pictures, you'll be able to actually fill up your photo frames for once.
I was so young. They took me to the doctor and wanted to confirm if it was true. After a quick echography and a blood test, it was confirmed.
Do you know what an echography is at that age? Jeez. She was smart in school.
Expecting a baby.
Okay.
The doctor told them I was over 4 months pregnant, so there was no other choice but to keep the baby. When we got back to our home, my mom and dad started arguing. Dad said I was ruining my life, and mom said that they needed to support me. I was their daughter, and even if I had messed up, they couldn't turn their back on me.
That's very true.
They called Brad's parents in the forest.
Brad's parents are just her parents. Why are the mums the same? Are they long-lost twins or something?
Brad and I were terrified, and all the adults were furious. They explained that they would support us, but that the baby would be our responsibility.
Of course.
We would have to keep studying,
Okay,
and
so
when
they're
we
middle school
arrived
now.
home from school, we'd take care of our son or daughter.
I'm seriously doubting this story. This story sounds far too ridiculous. I understand that it happens, all these people going out there and getting a little bit too nasty for their age, but nah, it doesn't seem right. Nah.
We agreed immediately, of course, not only because it was the right thing to do, but because we were both terrified of our parents' anger. I continued studying all through my pregnancy. I was very lucky since both my parents and Brad's mom and dad really were there for us every
Staring over me every second of the day to make sure I didn't get up to any funny business.
step of the way. Against all odds, Brad and I continued dating all through high school.
Aww.
When we graduated, we moved in together with our daughter.
Why does your daughter look like she's a baby after high school and college? What? Wait, what? Hold on a second.
Does this baby just not grow?
What? That baby should be about your age. No, that's not right. They've stolen this one from somewhere.
It's not even got the same eye color as them.
They've pinched it. They've literally just taken a child. I thought getting preggers at the age of 11 or whatever it was bad, but these guys are now 21 or something, right? And they've got a 2-year-old. That's actually, I wouldn't even say that's a 2-year-old. That's like the same age as my son, about 10 months old. That's a 10-month-old. Unless she's fast-tracking her way through college through some sort of pregnant scholarship, this girl she's nicked a child.
She nicked a child.
I'm phoning the Police Services of America. Hi there, officer. I would like to report a crime of lying. There's no way this story is real.
When we graduated, we moved in together with our daughter, Lucy. We have a great relationship and get along so well with all 4 of my daughter's grandparents. We are a happy family and are
Wait, the baby's literally holding a rattle. No, it's all wrong.
doing great. We both have good jobs and plan on having more children in a few years.
How big is that baby?
Sometimes people think that I'm Lucy's sister instead of her mom.
See, I told you, I was making that joke at the start, wasn't I? Oh, yeah, there you go. It comes around.
We don't mind. We worked really hard to raise her well, and we will continue to try and give her the best life possible.
Hold on a sec, if she gets pregnant really early, then you could be a grandmother at the age of like 25 or something. How crazy would that be? Yeah, your face would be exactly like that. You're like, oh.
Thanks for watching.
A happy ending. I do like happy endings, but I don't like liars. Do you think this story was real or fake?
Let's see what the comment section says.
The story. I got pregnant in elementary school. Me in elementary school. Ooh, Jessica likes Jake. The only thing I used my pee-pee for was just spraying everything like a fire hose.
Oh, poor Minty Catcher.
Me, 17, not even having a boyfriend, crying emoji. I feel you there, Minty. I do not have a boyfriend either.
Abandoned because pregnant at 14. My horrible life.
Alrighty then. Well, from one happy ending to looks like it's going to be a very sad ending. How did this girl end up in the situation she ended up in? And it's probably fake.
Hey,
Hey.
I'm Jasmine.
I'm Raz.
And I have the strictest parents in the world.
Yikes.
Whenever I got less than an A, I was severely punished.
Well, she got a D this time. I shouldn't, but it was there. It was right there. That's what she said.
Weekends were the worst. They'd make me sit and study for 15 hours straight. My back often hurt from sitting for so long.
Well,
but
lie
my
down.
parents wanted me to get top grades.
Okay.
So I could go to an Ivy League university someday.
They just want the best
When
for
I got
you.
my 9th grade report card, I had an A+ in every single
Look at her
subject.
go.
My parents were very proud.
Oh, they were
So I
crying.
asked them if I could take a break from studying and
Oh, do you want to be... I'm sorry. Do you want to get whooped? Just because you got an A doesn't mean you have to just stop where you go. And the day you stop learning is the day you basically die. Okay? So get learning there, Pocahontas.
meet with some of my friends. I thought I had earned a reward. But my dad
did
said,
you?
no, you first have to finish
Wait a
high
minute, what happened to his arm there? What? Why is his arm doing that? What happened to his arm? He's like, just put it in her. Oh, hold on a second. That's not the kind of parent-daughter relationship we want here. Thank you very much. These stories are nasty enough. Remember, if you want to see more of these videos, let me know down in the comment section below and smash like. It really, really does mean the world to me because 1, you're supporting me, 2, YouTube thinks I'm a boss, and 3, I want to try and get on trending and you guys can help me out. But really, I just want to keep creating content. No, I want to get famous, so do that for me, please.
My dad said, no, you first have to finish high school and then graduate university.
Wow.
Afterward, you can have fun. But I was sick of being the
Oh, she's
obedient
raging.
daughter
She's going
and
super
snuck out through my window to watch a movie at my friend Allison's house.
Oh, wow, she got
It
a nice
was great
house.
to go out for once. Especially because Allison's brother,
Uh-oh.
Conan, was there too.
Hi, girls. Tee-hee, he says behind his hand, smelling his own breath to make sure when he puts the moves on this girl, Jasmine, she's like, oh, damn.
He was really cute, and I ended up talking to him for hours.
Oh, wow.
Before I left to go home,
Wait.
he gave me his number.
Please, here's my
After
number.
that, I couldn't stop thinking about him.
Her wig,
We
her
met in
weave
secret
moved.
a couple times each week, and we had so much fun.
Bet you
One
did.
day, he even snuck into my room, and that's when it happened.
Whoa, hold it a second. Please say this. Please consent.
We went all the way, and unfortunately,
Because I can't show any of that. No.
protection broke.
Oh, it did
I
it?
wasn't worried.
Oh dear, the protection broke. Okay, then that's super fine. Super fine. Maybe getting all those A's, but you're not that smart.
Though, because I went to the pharmacy and bought the morning after pill.
Oh, there you go.
I
That's
thought
pretty
I'd
smart.
Be okay.
Yeah,
But then 3 months later,
How did
I
it not
missed
work?
my period and took a pregnancy test that came out positive.
Uh-oh.
I was so scared. I didn't know how my parents would react
They
if they
wouldn't be
knew their
happy.
teen daughter was going to be a mom. So I didn't tell them. Instead, I started eating more food to gain weight, so they wouldn't notice my belly growing.
What?
I'd always-
Well, no, they would notice your belly's growing, but they would just think you're a big chubster.
It's been a bit chubby, but now I was getting seriously overweight. My parents called me fat and lazy.
Whoa! Damn! I'd want to be abandoned by them. Jeezy crazy.
And even Conan told me I should lose weight.
Well, Conan, you are a barbarian with that attitude.
He'd stop seeing me. It was horrible. But still 10 times better than my dad knowing I was pregnant.
Uh-oh.
I didn't even tell Conan about the baby until my water broke during chemistry class.
Could have just said you pissed yourself.
I took an Uber to the hospital.
This guy just rolls up at his Uber and then afterwards he gets his fare, he gets his tip, he goes to his back seat and he's like, is that placenta? Why is there placenta in my car? Girl, nasty.
Called him from there. He came immediately, and I apologized for not telling him earlier. Conan was very understanding. So I asked him to call my parents and tell them about the baby.
Oh
I
dear.
was so nervous when he said, "Hey, I'm Conan, and I'm your daughter's boyfriend. She's at the hospital and just about to have a baby."
Imagine that, he's just like straight to the point. He's like, yo, my diggity dog, I got your girl up the dove, and she's about to pop it right now. You might want to get here stat. Guy's got cojones of steel, you know what I'm saying?
She really needs you for your support.
Okay, that was nice.
I've never been more frightened. It took 2 hours for my parents to come, and when they walked into the delivery room, my dad was carrying 2 suitcases.
No!
He screamed at me, "You've brought shame onto our family. You are a disgrace." I was sobbing my eyes out. But Dad put his face up close to mine and hissed, "Don't ever come back to our house. We don't ever want to see you again."
What a scum.
I thought Mom would support me, but she just left with my dad. I was devastated, but Conan hugged me and said I
good
shouldn't
Conan.
worry. I could come live with him.
Oh, good work,
We
Conan.
called our daughter Olivia.
Aww.
She was so cute, and we moved into Conan's home. I hoped we'd be a happy family, but it was impossible. His mother seriously resented me and Olivia.
Oh, no.
She said I destroyed her son's future. I did my best to ignore her.
Takes 2 to tango, you know what I'm saying? It takes 2 to babby up.
But whenever she screamed at me, Olivia started crying and it broke my heart.
She had a
I
megaphone.
spent most of the time taking Olivia to the park so I could avoid Conan's mom.
Oh, that's quite good.
It wasn't easy being out for hours with a baby. I felt so alone.
Oh, no.
Conan continued going to school and claimed he had too much homework to do to help with our baby. I was overwhelmed and very angry at my parents. Why couldn't they support me?
Exactly.
Then I could have at least gone back to school. I also tried to convince Conan to get a job so we could afford diapers, but he was too lazy. And a month after I moved in, he sent me an SMS saying, "This is the hardest decision I ever made, but I'm not ready to be a father."
Conan, you diggity dog. How could you do that? It's your fault for not keeping the worm in the home. Put the mouse back in the house, my guy. If you're not ready to be a father, don't let Shrek out of his swamp. Just leave him in there.
You should have gotten an abortion, but you didn't.
What? Alrighty then.
So the baby's your responsibility.
Wow.
I'm moving in with my uncle in Florida so I can start a new life. I'm sorry. I wish you and your baby the best of luck.
What a D-bag.
I really thought things couldn't get worse.
Oh no.
But his mom blamed me for Conan moving away. When she heard he'd left, she screamed at me for hours.
Oh my God.
Then kicked me out in the middle of the night.
Oh, come on.
It was cold.
No, wait, this cannot be real. Nobody is that heartless. Surely nobody's that heartless. Come on.
And I had no money for a hotel. Because I had nowhere else to go, I went back to my parents' house. I rang the bell and my father answered the door. I said, "Dad, I've got nowhere to live and no money. We need help."
Oh, come on, let him in.
He just looked at me like I was dirt, then slammed the door in my face.
Come on.
What could I do? I didn't know where to go,
This is
and
just making me
Olivia needed
angry
diapers
now.
and food.
Do you need
I
diapers?
decided to break in through the window to my old room.
Wait a minute, so she's just gonna live in her room like some kind of hermit?
After
With a
all, my parents
baby.
never knew that's how I snuck out to meet Conan.
No, they probably
When
did.
I got into my old room, I started crying.
Oh, they...
My parents had thrown out all of my things.
No.
My room was completely empty, not even a bed to sleep in. I tiptoed in the living room. I knew Dad kept a piggy bank there, and I managed to find a few $100s. I also took another $50 from his wallet.
Oh, nice.
After I got outside again, I used my smartphone to find a woman's shelter.
No.
But it wasn't what I expected.
Of course.
Most of the women had drug problems. And during my second night there, someone stole the money I'd taken from my dad. It was tough, but I realized I had it better than most of those girls. Many had mental disorders or substance problems. I knew I didn't belong there. I was well educated and hardworking. There was no way I was going to let Olivia grow up in an environment like this. I knew I had to get a job. But who'd take care of my baby? Well, I made friends with a girl called...
Yeah, just totally hand off. Yeah, your kid's definitely not getting sold for crack. Yeah. I'll look after your kid. Yeah, I totally won't sell it or eat it. Yeah, give me a kid. Give me a kid.
Sarah at the shelter. She also had a little girl and told me how she'd grown up going from one foster family to the next.
Oh.
Most of them treated her very badly.
Oh, no.
And when she was 15, her boyfriend convinced her to rob a kiosk with him. She got caught and put into a youth detention facility for 6 months. When she got out, she started seeing the same guy again and got pregnant.
Oh.
But when she said she didn't want to commit any more crimes because of the baby, he dumped her. I could see she was a really good mom. So I asked her if she wanted to share an apartment with me. I'd get a job and she'd look after the babies. She immediately said yes, and I quickly found a job as a barista.
Hey!
I couldn't complain, even though I was only paid $1,500 a month, which wasn't much to pay all the bills for 2 babies and adults in the US. But because I worked really hard, they promoted me to assistant manager within a few months.
Aww.
Suddenly, I was making $2,000 a month, working 40 hours a week. But then Sarah became a problem.
Uh-oh.
She was always asking for more and more money.
Oh, bet she was.
I started to suspect she was an addict. When I asked her, though, she denied it. But she really didn't look healthy. One day, when I got home from work, no one was there.
Uh-oh.
I started to worry and called Sarah.
Please don't tell me she sold the baby.
I said, "Hey, where are you guys?" She didn't answer.
Don't sell the baby.
Instead, she said, "Can you give me $300? Meet me at the park with the money, and you'll get your daughter back."
Wait, what? How is this going from worst to worst? This is just making me angry, this story. This is making me angry because this cannot be real. Everybody's a total D-bag. I'm just trying to extort a woman. She basically kidnapped somebody. This is nuts. This is mental, and I'm going to have a stroke because I'm so angry.
I'll be there in 30 minutes.
What?
I didn't have $300, so I had to overdraft my bank account. I didn't want to think about what would happen if I didn't give Sarah the money. She gave me back my daughter when I gave her the cash. But there was no way I could live with Sarah anymore. I found a new apartment and applied for a loan to help with childcare.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I had a stable income now, so the bank gave me $10,000.
Merry Christmas.
It was enough to put my daughter into kindergarten.
Aw.
Suddenly, I was working 9 to 5, and I enrolled myself in an online university too. I'd pick my daughter up after work, and then spend 4 hours every evening studying coding. I gotta admit, it wasn't fun, but the work ethic my parents taught me really helped.
You do what you
And
gotta
after
do.
just 1 year of study, I got a job offer at a small software company. Now I'm making $40,000 a year, even though I'm only 17.
What? This girl is ballin'.
I also met a guy at work. He was 22, and I thought he was awesome. At first, I didn't tell him about my daughter. I was ashamed
Oh,
of
dear.
myself for being a single teen mom.
Oh no.
But he seemed so sweet that when he asked me out for coffee, I decided I first had to tell him about my daughter.
Good move.
Unfortunately, he didn't take the news well.
Ah well.
He said, "Really? That's fine." But I could tell by his tone he didn't like it.
No.
And afterward, he never talked to me again.
Oh,
You have no idea how
no.
tough it is to find a guy my age who's ready for a serious relationship. But that's what my daughter needs. It's lonely sometimes.
So you make sweet, passionate love to a bear.
Hold on a second, 17. You're still like totally illegal in every state. You know, I'm not too up there with my American law, but I'm pretty sure you're still illegal.
But Olivia will always come first. By the way, my mom recently called me.
Oh.
She said she was sorry for throwing me out.
She left her dad. She left her dad because he's got anger issues.
But my dad was still mad and didn't want to see me. I told her, "I don't want to see him or you. You kicked me out when I needed you most.
Stay strong, girl.
You aren't my parents anymore."
Stay strong, girl.
Mom started crying, but I didn't want any more drama,
Good.
so I hung up. A few days later, she came to my apartment building.
How did she know
I was
your
stunned when I
address?
saw her on my doorstep, so I didn't resist when she took me into her arms and apologized over and over. Then Olivia came running out to see who was at the door. When she saw her, Mom said, "You're so cute. What's your name?" So
Gonna
many
cry.
emotions flooded through me. All I could think about was everything I'd been through just because of my parents. Suddenly I screamed, "My daughter doesn't talk to strangers." I pushed my mom away and
She did not. No. My eyes were beginning to get a little bit misty and tears were going to fall there. Not because of the story potentially having a happy ending, but because of my allergies. I've got an allergic reaction to BS. No, for real, I was hoping for a nice story there, and this looks like it's going to end horribly.
parents. Suddenly I screamed, "My daughter doesn't talk to strangers." I pushed my mom away and smashed the door into her stupid face.
No.
I never want to see her again.
Shows you how young
My
you
parents
are.
have always been heartless. They wanted me to do well in school,
That's not-
so they could brag to their friends about their successful daughter. But they never cared about what was best for me. I will raise my daughter differently, with love and compassion. I want her to be happy, not successful and miserable.
Oh, do you know what? I can see where she's coming from, but at the same time, that was the perfect opportunity to mend broken bridges. You don't want to, she's completely burned that bridge now. Like that mom is gone from the picture, but she could have had a nice life with her daughter and her mum. Forget the dad; he seemed like a total d-bag. Don't forget about him. Forget about the boy that moved to Florida. Who cares about him? But you could have had a nice supporting relationship with your mum there. And do you know what? Respect, because you stood to your own ground and you've clearly got big cojones. But I think for the child's sake, it would have been nice to rekindle that story. But I still think it's fake. Maybe it's real. I don't know. If it is real, I'm really sorry to everybody involved, because that is whack. Oh no, I can't. Some of these comments, I can't laugh at them.
Her gives birth at 15. Me plays with slime.
Is that what the kids are calling it these days? Bruh, I'm 14 and I can't even imagine doing it yet. Girls have cooties. I'm this girl. It's got to be the unluckiest girl in the world. She has terrible parents. She has bad luck from start to finish. And also a pill the morning after isn't it like 95% effective? So she was one of the 5%. 5% is like nothing. Damn, girl. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That was another reaction video to true animated stories. If you did enjoy it, please smash like 8,000 beautiful likes tonight. And I will, oh God, I forgot about this. I will wear the daddy cheerleader uniform. In the description below, I will have links to the videos we watched today. Go over there, show some love, show some support, and right, my daddy sent me here. Please don't do that. Either way, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I've been Razzbowski, you've been the beautiful Raspberries, as always, for watching, and I love each and every single one of you. Goodbye!